to the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm back today with a pick a card reading for you. Welcome back to my beautiful returning subscribers. Thank you guys so much for your friendship. Thank you for your presence here on this channel. And if you're new here, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for your presence here as well. If you have stumbled across this channel for the very first time, I do pick a card readings here. So pull up a chair, get cozy, and we're going to have a little chat because we're all friends when we gather here together at my table. If you are new to the channel and you have subscribed, be sure to drop your comment below because I do offer a chance to win a free tarot reading for the subscribers who leave comments below any of my videos. So we would love to have you join us as well. If you are not subscribed, please do so. Hit your notification bell so that if you enter the reading giveaway, I can notify you if you're chosen the winner. For today's pick a card topic, this is a no contact reading and what this person wished that you knew. So no contact, what do they wish that you knew about their feelings, about the connection? We have 3 piles to choose from today. Pile number 1 with the pink flower and the moon. Pile number 2 with the purple flower and the sun. And pile number 3 with the yellow flower and the high priestess. So whichever pile or piles are calling out to you, there may be a message waiting today from Spirit, and my timestamps are listed below as always. I'm going to jump right into pile number 1 today. Again, it's all about no contact and what do they wish that you knew about their feelings and about this connection and how they view the connection at this time. Pile number 1. Hello, pile number 1, you were drawn to the pink flower. You were also drawn to the moon card, and this is your reading. No contact from the person on your mind today, and what do they wish that you knew about their current feelings for you? So the moon talks about a lot of repressed emotion and somebody who has hidden a lot of their feelings perhaps below the surface of your connection in the past and even currently. There is Scorpio energy that wraps around this card as well, so one of you could be a Scorpio, but you don't have to be. But they doubted their own intuition perhaps when it came to this connection in the past, and now they have a lot that they wish that they could bring to the surface in this connection and let you know. So let's take a look and see, what does this person on your mind wish that you knew? This person in no contact with pile number 1, what do they wish that pile 1 knew about their current feelings and how they view this connection? We have the high priestess. So you were drawn to the moon card, but here's the high priestess, and she has this beautiful crescent moon at her feet, and you can even see she's wearing these big high stiletto shoes, these black stiletto shoes. And so there's this aspect about them seeing things from a new perspective since time has passed and since the disconnect has happened. It gives us a chance to eradicate distractions so that we can see things clearly. So as time evolves, as we evolve as spiritual beings, you know, we have more access to awareness and we see things and situations from the past in a different perspective. And so this person has definitely grown in their sense of intuition when it comes to this connection and this attraction, but they still suppress a lot of how they feel. She sits on her information. She doesn't let her emotions out oftentimes. She's even sitting here at a computer, so they could be keeping tabs on you at this time as well. We have the 7 of Pentacles, and they do feel like they've had plenty of time to ruminate about this whole situation. Years have gone by. They keep saying years have gone by. We have the Chariot, Cancer energy, the 10 of Swords, back of the deck is the Knight of Wands. And we have the 9 of Wands. And that really, there's a definite sense here of wishing that you understood that it's not over for them, that they're still holding on to this attraction, to you, to this connection. And it's almost to the point of exhaustion to devastation, because this 10 of Swords tells me that they have so much energy still wrapped up in this attraction to you. And you can see she's leaning to one side here on the Chariot. It's not that they don't know what they want. It's that they feel like they can't pursue. Perhaps they can't because of your position or their position, but they don't feel like they can pursue without any sort of negative consequence on their side or on your side. But they're still very attracted. They want to be able to just throw caution to the wind, and they wish that you knew that I just want to throw caution to the wind and I want to come charging towards you, but I can't. And so they really wish that you knew that they wish that there could be movement, even if it has been stagnant for a very long time. They wish that you understood that they want movement, and they're devastated that they can't. We have the 4 of Swords, And that's really what they're saying as well with this Four of Swords, is that it's a healing. You can see she's resting. It's very meditative. It's supposed to help us heal and change directions and see critical truths. And that hasn't been accomplished yet for this person. That they can't let you go. And I feel like it's because they keep kicking themselves for actions that they didn't take in the past. On the floor, we have Libra energy with the Justice. We have the Knight of Cups in the reversal. They also wish that you knew that in the present, they know how they feel, but they wonder if you don't feel the same, if it's unrealistic or naive of them to think that you could be holding on at this period of time too, because they keep saying it's been such a long time. Have I run out of time? And they think that it could be unrealistic for you to be holding on to this connection as long as they have. And there are some aspects of devastation even surrounding that belief. Eight of Cups. And this Eight of Cups, the Eight of Cups is all about moving on and moving forward and leaving behind things that are no longer serving us. And it's like an uphill battle. And they're starting to understand this connection. We have the Knight of Swords. And they also wish that you understood that sometimes they get very impulsive when it comes to action and wanting to kind of create movement. But then they let the vulnerability set in. They let the fear aspect set in. We do have the Six of Swords and the Five of Wands. And they still get very anxious and jealous when it comes to other people in your life. If you are in a new connection or if you have been, they get very sort of jealous when they think about other people with you. And they feel like there has been a lot unsaid or unspoken in this connection. They feel like the two of you should have said more in the past. And even still, there's a lot looming. There's a lot looming for them because they have so much that they wish they could get off of their chest. What they found in the world was not emotionally fulfilling. What they found in the world did not satisfy them. So even if there are other connections, even if they're pulled in different directions because of people in their life or investments in their life, it hasn't been fulfilling for them. But they also don't want to assume that your experience has been unfulfilling. They feel like it's this pipe dream to think that you feel as closely as they do. We have here, my life is not as together as it seems. So appearances are very deceiving. And they hope that you know that despite the lack of contact, the lack of movement, that they know how they feel, then they know where they want to be. There's just practical things that are impeding the movement. They are afraid to contact you. Because then they'll have to face the cause and effect of their actions. I knew exactly what I was doing. And so they are taking responsibility for any sort of hesitation on their part in the past. I feel like they were waiting for the perfect moment. And that's what they want you to know too, is that it wasn't that they weren't interested in the past. It's that they were waiting for the perfect moment, and that perfect moment never presented itself. But they were also saying that was very naive of them to think, because they've grown in their awareness. They understand now that it's kind of a bitter swill to swallow, but they understand now that they put themselves in this position. And I hide behind the material things that I have accrued. What do they wish that you knew at this moment, please? And I wish that I could tell you how I feel. As I said, they have so much they want to get off of their chest, and sometimes they feel really impulsive to do just that, but they hold off because they're afraid of what's going to be waiting for them on the other side of those pillars, on the other side of that unknown. I left when I saw you with someone. So they may, if they're watching your social media, they may have privy information about your position and about what is and is not accessible to them at this time when it comes to you in this connection. What do they wish that they could say? What do they wish that you knew at this time in this connection? We have the Search. It says feeling lost, confused, and lonely. 6, and it's reversed because they can't move on with the 6 of Swords. And they even if there's a lot of people around them, they do feel kind of isolated. I think about the Hermit. So Virgo could be an aspect of this person's character. We have here the hidden path, the marriage of spirit and matter, number 34. And there is this aspect about the separation having a lot of lessons available to us during this period of growth. You know, you can see the sun and the eye just opening up during this period of separation. So it has been sort of divinely guided in this way, that the separation has been purposeful. Because some of these epiphanies were perhaps very necessary for this person. Back of the deck says amethyst, transformation, certainty, and confidence. And they haven't given up. They're holding on because they're hoping that there will be another opportunity for the two of you to communicate, to have some sort of communication. Sorry, I'm trying to find a different deck that I was looking for, to try to find... They're hoping that there will become a time where they will be able to express how they feel. Because it's almost like they feel like they can't move on until that happens, until there's a conversation that happens between the two of you. What do they wish that pile number 1 knew, please? We have here the spiritual connection. It says here, a relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime, number 27. And that they feel that spiritual connection, that they feel divinely connected to you. But I do feel like there is a sense with this person, especially if they are this Scorpio or this Cancer energy, that they are, they have more access to their intuition than they realize, and they second guess themselves a little bit too much because they know that you feel perhaps very similarly as they do, but they second guess themselves and they feel like it's a very naive way to feel. But that's almost a way for them to protect their heart space from further disappointment. We have take a chance on love. When we love, our lives are changed forever. And ultimately, they wish that they could have another chance with you. They wish that they could go back and do things over. And if they can't do that, you can see two people sitting in a boat, transitioning into clarity, transitioning into peace. Right now, they can't take action because they feel like it's too risky. It's too much of a chance. But if they got another opportunity, they would not waste it, because you are limitless. You're very unique, and that's what they want you to also understand. What they wish that you knew is that you're still very, very special to them, that you can do anything you choose. And ultimately, you can see even within the arm of the horse here, 2 swans, which is very strong soulmate energy, and people who wish that it's like there's an aspect of the swan of going from the cygnet to the swan in this ugly duckling phase, and hoping that this period of disconnect is only temporary, and that eventually there will be this awareness or this growth in the connection itself. What do they wish that pile 1 knew, please? Ooh, that I want you so badly. And I imagine a future with you. This came out reversed because they don't know how realistic that is in the present. But those feelings could be being influenced by this 10 of Swords and the devastation. You are so attractive to me. Best friends, I do miss that. So wishing that they had their friend back. And I'm trying to make sense of all of this. Please give me time. And it's been the time of the separation that has allowed that awareness to grow. Back of the deck says, I would have a family with you. And they do feel like there was a lot that could and should have happened in this connection if they just, again, taken a bigger risk and taken a shot towards you. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 1. The last thought they had in the bowl that they wish they could share with you, pile 1. With the 3 of Pentacles reversed, they had the thought that you weren't feeling the same way. They had this spark of inspiration when it comes to you, but in order to combat that spark, the ego fueled at them this belief that, oh, well, they probably don't feel the same way as you do at this time. And so here's that King of Cups with so much emotion, so much to express, and having to sort of turn his back on it in that moment. Because this was an impulsive thought to perhaps return to you or to take some sort of action to communicate with you. And in an effort to protect themselves from the vulnerability, they pulled back. In the bowl today, we have Libra energy. We have the letter J. We also have here a cheetah reverse, and we have a syringe. I think about addiction, I think of codependency, or also a medical or hospital connection. The cheetah reverse is somebody who didn't take advantage of an opportunity to improve the connection in the past, and now they are sort of kind of obsessing about those moments. We have the piano, we have a leaf of change, and a butterfly. The butterfly is reversed, so we never had a chance to transform this connection to where it could have been. We have a tangled heart next to a leaf of change, again reversed. They are really torturing themselves a little bit. It's like you feel unattainable. You feel like a dream. And it's like you've always been this fantasy. It's an addictive fantasy. We have the Dagaz ruin, a dawn ruin, trying to keep, it's like they're struggling to stay optimistic. And then we have a wrench in our plans. And I think about something very practical with the wrench. Okay, pile number 1, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates with you. If it did, be sure to drop your comment below. If you are subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit your notification bell so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. You can also check out my links for Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to. I will be posting regular slots up until around Christmas Eve, at which point I will be taking a short break for Christmas time with my family from the personal readings. But I will be relisting shortly after Christmas, so be sure to check back. But I hope that you have a beautiful day, and I hope that you come back and visit me on another day at the Tarot Cottage. Hello, pile number 2. You are drawn to the purple flower, or to the sun card here, and this is your reading. The person on your mind in no contact, what do they wish that you knew about their feelings about this connection? The sun can really reference Leo energy, clarity as well, wishing that they could bring light into the situation, and truly, there's an aspect of joy surrounding the sun, and wanting to experience joy and wanting to experience the full spectrum of joy, and perhaps feeling like they missed out on that aspect when it comes to this connection. So let's take a look here and see, what do they wish that pile number 2 knew about their current feelings about this connection? What do they want to shed light on today? The Page of Pentacles. The Three of Wands. They're already talking about wishing that they could have another opportunity to even speak with you. But beyond that, it's not just about wanting to speak with you, because it's followed up by all of this fire. So they wish that you understood that, that they want to talk to you again. And if that discussion turned into an opportunity, then they wouldn't be unhappy about that. They'd be pretty excited about that fact. They could be a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius here with the King of Wands. And there's an aspect of them really protecting the connection, protecting their attraction, being very focused upon you. Here's the Ten of Cups. And they want to bring this into clarity, like they want you to understand the nature of their feelings, the nature of their focus when it comes to you, because there's unfinished business here. And this Two of Wands is someone who wants more clarity, wants more expansion with you, and there is the Sun, but it's like they feel very vulnerable in really taking action towards you for some reason. Now, sometimes the Two of Wands, it's like we have our focus on this one when we have other responsibilities behind us that we should be focused on. And so there could be things that are in place in their life right now that are very distracting for them. I'm just going to grab a different deck here. We have the Fool. It also feels like this person wishes that you understood that they have intentions. They have intentions to create all of this clarity. So all of these wishes about what they want you to know, they have intentions to bring to light, but they're just waiting for an opportunity, or right this moment, they feel like it's too risky to approach. They're trying to gain the courage. You have the Wheel of Fortune. And the Strength. Very strong Leo energy here today. They're very focused. This person's very focused on you. So they could be watching you if this is in complete no contact. They're very focused on their intentions here, which is to create the clarity. And it's almost like they're preparing you for that. It's like they want you to know that. It's like even if it feels like there's been no contact and it's dead in the water and there's nothing coming, that they have intentions. So appearances are very deceiving here. We have the Eight of Cups. And I feel like for someone too, it almost feels unlikely that they would take any sort of action towards you, because I feel like they are really invested in something. It could be their job, their home, whatever that investment is, they could be very invested in something. And on the outside of things, that investment looks really strong. especially if it's another connection, if it's a home situation, and perhaps there are children involved. So please take that as it resonates to your situation. That may not resonate with you. Whatever they're projecting on the outside of their experience is not as fulfilling as they feel like you could offer them. And so there's this truth here with the Ace of Swords. It's this opportunity. It's clarity between the two of you, but they have intentions of bringing it forward. They don't like how things were left between the two of you. We have the Two of Cups. Back of the deck is the Page of Swords. And the Eight of Pentacles. It feels like they're working on it. It feels like they're working on the moment that they're going to come forward in some way, and they want you to know that. They wish that you understood that despite the fact that it feels like there's darkness, and it perhaps again has been going on for a long time, because the page here, he is responsible for all of the lessons that we gather, and at his feet are all these mushrooms, which is really talking about slow growth and you having to experience the joy of your journey without this person, and trying to find the balance of your journey without this person. And here with this lightning bolt, this can represent tower energy, epiphanies that have come in, permanent change that could result or be a result of their actions towards you. And so they have an intention to wield that clarity to bring that truth forward, and they want you to know that in this no contact. Even if there's no contact altogether, they still have intentions to come towards you and clarify. And ultimately, as I said, even if it's just clarity, so be it. But they hope that ultimately when that opportunity is presenting of itself, but they will be the ones who push that forward. Once that opportunity presents itself, that could be an opportunity for the two of you to enter into a relationship. In a perfect world, that's how things would progress for this person. And they want you to know that they're focused on that objective. They're just trying to find the strength to get everything in motion here. We have here getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond will deepen. And your spread pile 2 is all about this person wishing that you understood how they truly feel. How the focus that they have on you, the attraction that they have towards you. How vulnerable you make them feel. That you do deserve love. And they maybe left you with the impression that they don't care, or that they aren't interested in the past. Maybe they gave you the impression that you were just an option in the past, and they want you to know that you do deserve love. She's holding back that bow, trying to get the perfect shot. And so any hesitation they showed towards you was just them trying to make things perfect, trying to get that perfect shot. And ultimately they missed their target. We have here your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. And we do have soulmate. This person, despite it being a no contact pile 2, they have intentions of clarity. In the very least, clarity. If that clarity trickles into relationships, new beginnings, joy, then that's a perfect outcome for this person. And so they want you to know that even if appearances are deceiving, that their focus is still on you. They're still protecting this connection, even if it's been a long time. We have rising above. They want to rise above the current situation, and they have intentions of coming forward with some sort of clarity. It says freedom and solutions to gain peace. But I keep hearing communion of peace. So the two of you are working collaboratively towards that peace in the future. And we have here goddess of creation, transformation, creativity, and wholeness. There is an acknowledgement of the obstacles here. Whether it be something practical or emotional, there are obstacles here. And so they're acknowledging that. And so they're also acknowledging that this could require delays before this clarity comes in. Because they have to show determination through those obstacles. But we have jewel within a teardrop, appreciation, spiritual and emotional reconnection. And they want you to know that despite the challenges, they are grateful for the spiritual lesson. They are grateful for the epiphany that they've had about you. They're even, there's an aspect here with the Knight of Pentacles, even about being grateful for the path that led them to these epiphanies as well. But there's also a lot of responsibilities that this person, especially including the work realm, investments that they've made, there's a lot of responsibilities that they have to see through before they take this sort of action towards you. And there's an aspect of sadness surrounding that. It's like, I'm disappointed that it's going to take me some time to create the clarity between us. but it's like they are making these fantastical plans. They're fantasizing, trying to conjure up these opportunities. What do they wish that pile 2 knew, please? You have here, I'm focused on me right now, the Knight of Wands. And when the Knight of Wands, he wanted to come up in the reversal, this aspect of being too impulsive. So they're really trying to tame this desire to be too impulsive towards you, because that could result in consequences that we don't want to deal with. We have here, let's talk about sex, baby, because they're very, very attracted to you. And I feel like they almost think that they gave you the impression that they were not in the past. And that may have made you feel really vulnerable about yourself and what you had to offer, even in a physical sense, and they don't want to leave you with that feeling. We have here, I walked away to find myself, and it was the 8 of Cups reverse, and now they want to return home. It's like they want to return home to the place where they can find the emotional fulfillment. And so they walked away and they found, you know, lessons in the world, but they didn't find the satisfaction they thought would be waiting for them. I can't make up my mind. That is the 2 of Wands as your back of deck. And I feel like that's more of a timing energy. It's like I can't make up my mind until I can't make up my mind about when I'm going to bring forward these practical steps, when I'm going to start implementing the practical steps. Because right now I'm being pulled in 2 different directions. And I shouldn't doubt my intuition, but this feels like the 7 of Swords with a Chariot, but there's an aspect of perhaps other people involved or just obstacles getting in the way. Their intuition is encouraging them to be honest with themselves and other people about the nature of their attraction, which could really help them to eradicate some of those obstacles. We have here, I have never felt like this way before, and it's reversed because they've been holding on to this energy about you for a really long time. What do they wish that pile number 2 knew, please, in no contact? What do they wish that you knew about their feelings? That you take my breath away. And I never told you that in the past, I don't think. It's like they kept that to themselves. That you made them very nervous in the past. It says, I'm coming in the reversal. And they have intention. They have intention to create clarity in the very least. But there's an acknowledgement that they can't come right away. They're making these plans. The separation is killing me. But it's absence makes the heart grow fonder for this person. It just fames the fires for them. I'm ready to act. Coming out a little bit reversed though. Intention, but no action right away. I don't know how much longer I can do this. And we also have here, I can't make the first move towards you right now. And it's reversed too. So I feel like this person will make the first move towards you, but they just can't do it at this present time. Pile 1. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile 2. Sorry, pile 2. Pile 2 in the bowl. The very last thought that they had about pile number 2 that they wish that they could share with pile 2. So in the bowl today, we have the 3 of Swords. Oh, the thought surrounding you was really about hesitation, limitations, especially surrounding the communion or the reunion energy between the 2 of you, because this 3 of Cups is reversed. So they were really thinking about reunions, about taking some sort of action towards you, but there's something holding them back. It could be another person, perhaps on your side as well, but there's just such disappointment surrounding the delays. And they're just afraid of taking action today. It's like that last thought was about taking action, and they're afraid to take action today because of the complications in place. They're also kind of worried about gossip or other people's opinions. That's another reason why it's being delayed. Oh, we have the Holy Bible. And we have the hatchet. The hatchet is a symbol of chopping the tree down. So thinking about commitments and having to sever things. Here is the Hierophant, or the love at a foundation, reversed. We also have the Holy Bible, so somebody who could have made really strong commitments. K and R. We also have you. It's like their focus is on you. We also have the world on the axis. I think of the internet. I think about somebody who could be watching us on the internet. We have the Cactus of Thirst. Things are still blooming despite the fact that there's thirst and separation between the two of you. We do have an aspect of friendship here and flirtation with the dolphin on the ball. We have Scorpio, and we have the syringe. I think of hospital, nursing connection, or addiction and codependency. And then we have the divine feminine fish bones. I think of the Ten of Swords, and I think about unrealistic expectations, and I think about somebody who's really, really transfixed on another person. All right, pile 2, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates with you. If it did, please drop your comment below so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. You can also check out my links below for Etsy for a personal reading, and I will be updating the shop up until Christmas Eve, and then I will be taking a couple of days of a break for a family Christmas with my family. But then I will be updating the shop, so keep checking back if you're interested in a personal reading. But please come back here and visit me on another day at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope that you have a great day. Hello, pile number 3. You are drawn to the yellow flower or to the High Priestess here, and this is your reading. This no contact love message from the person on your mind. What do they wish that you knew about their current feelings, about this connection, and about you? The High Priestess, you know, she is our intuition. She sits upon all of her information that she knows to be true. She guards that veil, and this person's really guarding their feelings for you. They aren't sharing them with other people. They're keeping them suppressed, but they're keeping them safe. That's very important with the High Priestess, is that your secrets are safe with her, and they're keeping their thoughts and their feelings for you in a very safe place, but they are suppressing them. So let's take a look here and see. Let's see, we'll do this deck tonight. What do they wish that you knew about their current feelings for you? What are they keeping protected beyond that veil? We have the Three of Pentacles. There is the High Priestess. And she's looking at her book. She's acting very unbothered. And even this Three of Pentacles is very busy watering seeds, watering something that they've planted or invested in. And so they may, on the outside, they really want to say that I'm super busy and it looks like I'm really invested where I am. But appearances are definitely deceiving, because I'm focused on these flames. There's 5 flames down here. We have these flames flying around the High Priestess as well. And so the 5 flames are the challenge that they're feeling. There's still a fire that burns for you. It's almost a jealousy that burns for you. And I feel like this person too, it's like they feel almost kind of bad about that, because they feel like they have things to be grateful for. We have the Strength, Leo energy. What do they wish that you knew? That it's hard work for them. They want to speak to you about the hard work that it is for them to keep their feelings suppressed. That this just is not an easy task to maintain these feelings for you while still trying to focus on their environment and their investments. It's really hard for them. And I think like it's an ongoing struggle. There's the Devil. Yeah. It's almost like they feel like they're addicted to you, and they know that that's bad for them. They know that it's bad for their environment. They know that it's bad for them. But what do you do? That's what I just heard. What can you do? There's a codependency here. There's attachment. We have the Two of Wands, and they can't make up their mind about what to do about this feeling. This Two of Wands is this desire for expansion, this fantasy, but it feels like they're worried that it's just a fantasy and that it can't be anything more than just the fantasy. Here's the Queen of Swords, and here's the Four of Swords. They also want you to know that part of the reason why they didn't invest too much in the past of this connection is because they just didn't know how you feel. They couldn't get a read off of you. And so now, as much as they're trying to tame how they truly feel, it's like they wish that they knew how you felt. And they almost wish that they had, it's like they feel like you had it easy or something. They feel like you could easily walk away and it's not bothering you the same way that it's bothering them. And they wish that they could have it easy like you. And I feel like it's very deceiving, because there's not, I think that they perhaps don't know how you're handling the connection or the disconnect. because they feel like it was easier for you to walk away. And so they feel sort of alone in the struggle. We have the Five of Swords. And I feel like this is causing some internal conflict for them. I don't feel like they're sharing it with other people, but it is difficult. They keep talking about the difficult nature of the task of kind of holding everything inside. The Five of Wands. Yeah, they're feeling challenged. They're feeling like they can't get over this hurdle. And sometimes when they feel inspired to take action from their higher self will encourage them to take some sort of action towards you to help clear up the clarity. They get flooded with this feeling of consequences to their situation. You have the Page of Pentacles. Because they want you to know that even though the two of you aren't talking, it doesn't mean that they don't want to. But as I look at this Page of Pentacles, I just see the growth of trees behind him, and I see in front of him this mountain of blue and this empty field. And they know that if they kind of go after that mountain, that there could be a consequence to that group of trees. But it's like they feel almost lured into that aspect, or lured into that fantasy of you, because they feel like information would empower them. If they could just hear it from you, whether or not you like them or not, or whether or not you feel the same way, if you rejected them, at least they would know. They would feel empowered by your truth. Because they feel alone in the journey. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. And they do definitely create a very strong deviation between how they feel you are feeling about the attachment and how they feel about the attachment. The Queen of Pentacles is feeling very secure in their perspective. But the truth is that I don't feel like you are. You're just a support here to this Devil energy. So what they are presenting in the world, or what they are perceiving about you, is not the truth of the situation, but that's the only information they have. And so that's what they're running with, is this feeling of, well, this is so much easier for you to walk away than it is for me. And I'm alone in this attachment. I'm alone in this struggle. The Six of Pentacles. And look at the difference between the beggars and this person who has all the empowerment. And so they almost feel like you have the control over the situation. You still have control over them in some sort of way. We have the Seven of Cups and we have the Nine of Pentacles. And they also want you to understand, like, they fantasize about you. They fantasize about being the person in your life. They fantasize about communicating with you. I feel like they almost have communications with you in their mind, or they have had fantastical communications with you in their head. They're also knowing that it is easier to just fantasize about all of this than it is to actually take the action. Because otherwise their position, you know, they're wearing masks there, that it could take some sort of hit. There's the Ace of Wands. And even though they're experiencing this, they want you to know that they feel this spark of inspiration and wondering if they could have this with you instead. The Nine of Pentacles is great. It's very secure. It's very, you know, it's an independent energy where we're proud to be where we're at. But the Nine of Cups, that's satisfaction. They're finally sitting down. There's no need to stand anymore. They're coasting into abundance. But there's this aspect about what happens if I rush through with my attachments, with my insecurity. Will I be rejected? There's a lot of obstacles, and they're acknowledging all of those obstacles. But it doesn't stop them from wanting to think about what could be, the possibilities of what could be between the two of you. Oops. What do they wish that pile number 3 knew, please? We have here, have patience. Love is patient and kind always, number 17 reversed. And, you know, there is this feeling of them, I don't feel like they expect a lot in the future. It's like there's this, they want to take action, but I feel like they're going to be more passive because of that fear. It's like easier definitely to just fantasize about taking action than it is to actually take action. They do have a fantasy of you reaching out to them. But they're not holding out a lot of hope for that either. It's almost like they're afraid that that wish will come true. because then it'll create perhaps not just an internal conflict that they're dealing with, but it'll start to manifest as an external conflict in their environment. There's a feeling of them feeling a little ignored by you as well coming through. And that's part of the ego struggle that they're dealing with in the present, that they wish you understood, that they're struggling in the present. They're struggling with not talking to you, not having the clarity between the two of you, and not being able to see where this could have gone from the past. We have here, be in the present, dream of the future. When we dream, everything is possible. And they do dream about you. They fantasize about you. And that fantasy of you is very safe with them, with the High Priestess. We also have here, get to know each other, learn to meet each other's need for love, number 44. And they do wish they could have another opportunity. It's like another stab at it, I heard. Take another stab at it. It's like they want to get a chance to gather more information about you and know who you've become and grown into, because I feel that there could be a significant disconnect here, because they feel like you've evolved and they're still back at that opportunity. Their evolution hasn't happened, and they perceive that your evolution has, and that you're feeling secure in your position and you're not feeling bothered by this connection at all. But the truth is that I feel like you are feeling that connection, or you wouldn't be sort of under the influence of the devil energy. We have here, you are limitless. You can do anything you choose. This card came out in pile 1 as well. They're just really showcasing that they wish that you understood how special you are to them. That these swans represent the travel, the journey of the signet to the swan, and how that can feel really isolating and lonely. But ultimately, there's this aspect of you being very, very important to them in their journey, even in the disconnect. What do they wish that you knew, please? No contact. I just saw liberation. We have sacred journey, life cycles, family, and transformation. So even if the two of you have moved into other dynamics, the Queen of Pentacles is really filled with fertility. She's sometimes a mother figure. They're hoping that there's enough connection here that there will be a sort of serendipitous turnaround, some sort of serendipitous meeting or crossover. We have Moonlight Goddess, repressed emotions, healing and reflection. This card also came out, I believe, in pile number 1. And there's this feeling of all of their feelings being pushed below the veil, being pushed beyond so that we can't see it. They do dream about you as well. Back of the deck says healing reversed. It says here, reconnecting with your true nature, number 33, and it's in the reverse position because they haven't moved forward. They haven't created that closure. And I don't even feel like they're trying to access closure at this point. I feel like they're almost very used to, there's a habitual sense of codependency, or a habitual sense of observing this connection or observing their feelings for you. And so they're in the habit, they're in a karmic loop when it comes to their feelings. What do they wish that you knew? No contact love message, please, for pile number 3. What do they wish that you knew about their feelings here? Nothing can change my love for you. No person can change how I feel. No matter what the practical obstacles are. The thought of explaining myself to you scares me, or the thought of explaining myself and apologizing scares me, because I don't want to see the pain that I've caused in your eyes. I am situating this karmic situation. And I feel that in the future here with the Two of Wands, this consistent delay, this consistent indecision and desire to expand, but no actual practical movement. Because even here with the Six of Pentacles, these two people underneath, it's not a pleasant position to be when we feel like we're below, or we feel like we're not enough, or we feel like we haven't gained the perspective or the position that you've gained. But we can get used to anything. Almost anything. Whoops. On the floor. Let's see if I can grab it. We have, you really are the best thing that has ever happened to me. But it's coming up over the devil, and there is a bit of an obsessive energy with this person. And I don't want to hide how I feel anymore. And ultimately, that's what they wish that you knew, that even though they are suppressing it, and maybe they're doing a really good job at it, they don't want to. It's really, really hard work. That you influence me in ways that no one ever has. And despite the disconnect, despite appearances, you're still influencing how they feel in the present. What do they wish that you knew? Please pile. Pile number 3. That I want to tell you how I feel. I want to lift the veil. I want to finally express myself so that they can breathe a sigh of relief, I feel, because it's a big struggle that they're having to wrestle this ego. So many things remind me of you. And you know, when we are focused on something, when we're trying to manifest something and we're focused on something consistently, ultimately, when we go out into the world, things that remind us of that manifestation will just come towards us. That's all we'll see. And so they could be seeing your name places. They could be hearing songs on the radio that remind them of you. I will wait for a sign from you. And ultimately, they are kind of hoping that this Queen of Swords will say something or reach out or do the work that they don't want to do in the present. It was my fault in the past, but I blamed you. In an effort to protect themselves, they questioned who was to blame along this journey, along this disconnect. They went through that wave of emotion where they questioned who was to blame. Was it you or was it me that put us in this position? I wonder if you're happy without me. And back of the deck says, I want to feel the way that I felt with you again. Ultimately, they sometimes let themselves think that you're very happy without them and that you're unbothered by the disconnect. But I don't feel like that's the truth. I feel like they are missing the mark on that one. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 3. What is the last thought they had about pile number 3 that they wish that they could have shared with pile 3, please? What we've got for you today, we have the 5 of Pentacles, the 2 of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and the Tower reversed. The last thought that they had that they wish that they could share with you was their epiphany about you and about how they feel, and also about how they felt perhaps ignored by you in the past, or they turned their back on their emotion. It's like both of you were really passive towards each other. I don't feel like there's any one person to blame, so to speak, quote unquote, for the disconnect. But this Ace of Cups sideways is this state of limbo. It's like this new emotional start, this relationship that should have formed and didn't. And now it's still laying there in a state of limbo. It's like we moved forward, but we just dragged that hurdle, that desire along with us. And so nothing's really changed for this person. And the last thought that they had about you was about that significant desire to change, but not wanting to create havoc or experience the permanent upheaval that could happen and come along with that movement now. We have the chain, I think, of the devil and a chain of events that has affected the lives of both of you. We have the S and the L. We have a letter J in the bowl, a letter C. So J, S, L, and C. We also have a little girl on a bicycle. I think about children. There's also Our Lady, Mother Mary here in the bowl. And so I think about children and motherhood. I also think about decisions we made when we were coming of age or when we were young. Again, a chain of events that will affect our life. We have a forget-me-not. It's a golden one, so that they put you in this really high pedestal like the 6 of Cups, really nostalgic, rose-colored glasses, but they're not sure if you feel the same way. We have the Empress with the flat shell, and we also have the blue Divine Masculine starfish next to the syringe. So addiction. I feel like there's codependency across the board here between the two of you. We also have here never, never give up, and the squirrel out on a limb to create change. But the squirrel is often very afraid to take that leap of faith because sometimes they're worried about the consequences that they will face. All right, pile number 3, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates with you. If it did, please drop your comment below so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. And be sure to hit your notification bell so that I can enter you and also notify you if you are chosen the winner. You can also check out my links below for Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to, or for Instagram. But I hope you come back and visit me on another day at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day.